Students of 10th standard, today we will do lesson number 4.1. It is a small poem and the poem's name is A Thing of Beauty is a Joy for Ever. Now, this poem is written by John Keats, and this great poet says in his poem, we should love the nature because nature offers us so many things, and nature is so beautiful. We have to appreciate this. Now, this poem by John Keats is taken from a long poem, that is Endymion, based on Greek mythology. The poem is about how nature and its wonders mesmerizes us and takes away all the sorrows that surrounds us from time to time. The poem A Thing of Beauty is a Joy Forever, a poetic romance by John Keats, is an extract from Endymion based on Greek mythology. The poem has for its subjects, that is, the beauty is a source of endless joy. The poet says that beauty is eternal, it is forever, it never fades away, but instead our love for it enhances with the passage of time. A regular rhythm is there in the poem. The poet names some of the things which is beauty for eternal, that is the sun, moon, greenery, various flowers like daffodils, river full of clear water, the thick bushes of forest, fern, fragments, musk, roses. The poet also says that the story of brave men who sacrificed their lives are also beautiful. All these beautiful things are like nectars for us, God's gift to us, which help us to live further on this earth. Now, we have to thank God for whatever God has given us. In addition to that, or in addition to these subjects of nature, there are wonderful tales of legendary heroes who lived and died heroically, which inspire us with their matchless beauty. These beautiful things are like an endless source of immortal drinks that pours down to us from heaven. We do not feel these qualities for a short time, just like the trees around a temple becomes as loved to us as the temple itself. So do the moon, the passionate poetry and infinity glory of nature remains with us continuously till they cheer and inspire us. They remind us with, or they inspire us and motivating us, or they motivate us, whether there is happiness or misery or sorrowness. They will be with us until we die. So, the poet compares our living style with the nature. Yes, this was the short introductory part of the poem. Now, I will tell you or say something about the introductory part of your textbook. That is, if you have the book, you have to open your book and I will show you. Now, page number 147. Those who are having book, you can open your book. Page number 47, 147. Now, the first introductory part, John Keats, 1795 to 1821. An English poet, was one of the most popular of all British Romantic poets. His poems are characterized by imaginary from nature that appeals to one's sense. The present poem is the first stanza of a long poem, Endymion, based on Greek mythology. The first line has become proverbial. The poem was first published in 1818. Now, before we do the poem, let's have a look on the meaning. The first meaning is bower, a pleasant shadow place under trees or climbing plants. Morrow, the following day, that means the next day. Then wreathing, here weaving the flowers. Spite of despondence, in spite of despair. Dreath, that is storage or shortage. Dreath means shortage. Pall, a sheet spread over the dead. That means here the poet is speaking of the soldiers. Boon, gift. Rills, streams. Break, that is one type of plant, that is a firm plant. Doom's, last days of existence known or displayed. Brink, that is the edge. Okay. Now, I will read for you next time.